Imagine getting paid just for sharing your thoughts on products and services you use every day. With Survey Junkie, it's that simple. Click on the link in the video description to discover how you can start earning today by taking surveys.
A well-maintained garden may be a relaxing retreat, but it can also boost the curb appeal and even the value of your home. But, if done the wrong way, efforts to enhance your outside space can leave it looking cheap. From choosing the wrong plant pots to counterintuitively being too tidy, the Mail's gardening editor looks at the 11 common errors that can cheapen your garden, rather than helping it thrive. Many of us were brought up with strict ideas about well-kept gardens, with lawns neatly mown and weeds all pulled up. But that is no longer the prevailing aesthetic. Letting go a little and being slightly untidy can lead to a more expensive-looking haven. And leaving self-sown plants in summer and seed heads over winter will make your garden look more expensively abundant. Phew! Don't get me wrong, I have a soft spot for bright yellow flowers such as daffodils and sunflowers. But such garish flowers must be used in the right context. Expansive garden beds the color of a high-vis vest? It's a no. Yellow is difficult to match with other colors and should be used sparingly. The quickest way to make your garden look cheap is to lay artificial turf. Used widely in sporting venues, fake grass became popular because it doesn't need to be mowed or watered, so is seen as low maintenance and hard wearing. But it almost always looks naff. Plus, the disadvantages far outweigh the benefits. It is ruinous for wildlife and adds to global warming by absorbing more radiation than living grass, which acts as a carbon sink. Natural lawns allow rainwater to be soaked up, whereas artificial grass can cause runoff after heavy rainfall, leading to flooding. In hot weather, it can reach dangerous temperatures, especially for pets who might burn their paws. Plus, it only has a lifespan of 10 to 20 years, after which time it is difficult to recycle. Fences without greenery can make your garden look boxy and cheap. There are plenty of easy climbers you can plant to soften the feel and make your garden look more high-end. Star jasmine is a lovely evergreen with pretty white flowers, while climbing hydrangea is good for a shady corner. If you want privacy, remember evergreen hedges can't be more than 2 m high, according to the High Hedges Act. Instead, try planting deciduous silver birch trees with attractive white trunks and green foliage in summer when you are out in the garden. Molded plastic chairs are unsightly and should be avoided at all costs. Plus, they're uncomfortable and topple if you lean too far back, or slice into any bare flesh unfortunate enough to touch the seat. If your budget won't stretch to buying new wood, rattan, or metal alternatives, search local online groups to see if anyone has second-hand deck chairs or outdoor dining sets on offer. If you are willing to buy something pre-loved and weathered, it can often cost less but look more expensive. Narrow flower beds around the edge of a rectangular lawn used to be thought of as the ideal garden design, but these days it just looks scrimping. Borders should be at least a meter deep to allow for multi-layered planting. Don't just put them around the perimeter of your garden. Flower beds used to divide up a space add a touch of mystery and look much classier. Barbecues, fire pits, corner sofas, gazebos, oversized paddling pools. It's easy for your outdoor space to become cluttered with so many garden gadgets you can't move around without tripping over them. Decide what you really need and use often, then recycle the rest. Or store them away neatly in the shed until you want to use them. It is tricky to keep plants looking good in plastic containers, even the ones that attempt to imitate terracotta. As well as the lack of sustainability, the trouble with plastic is that unlike materials such as wood and stone, it provides no protection for plants against drying out in summer and freezing in winter, and it is not breathable. If you do have plastic pots, reuse them for propagating and save your best non-plastic containers for display purposes. Every gardener needs somewhere to sit, but this shouldn't come at the expense of losing too much of your lawn. Ideally, there should be a ratio of at least 2/3 planting and grass to 1/3 hard surface. If you are putting in a new patio, consider leaving gaps between the pavers for low plants such as creeping thyme and mind your own business, which will